Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching it, whatever time of day it is. This is your Aston Villa v Liverpool preview. Now, I've just done hot topics, and I said, if you look to me left, you look to me right, there's nobody else here. It's just me. Gilly's on holiday. Joe's doing a YouTube video with Mini Minter, that big famous YouTuber. So that's what's happening at the moment. So it means I'm on my own, but don't worry, you've still got content, and we're going to talk all about the fixture, Aston Villa v Liverpool. So firstly, I'm just going to start with a few stats, right? I like to do this. I like to look at the last few games that we've played them. I like to look at the last few games that they've played and that we've played, and just look at the form going into the fixture. So we'll start with Villa. So Villa's last 10 games, we'll have a look at. They have picked up 3 wins, 2 losses, and 5 draws, which is not sparkling form, right? So if we look at the first fixture, was Villa v West Ham 2-1 again in the FA Cup, so they won that one. Everton v Villa, they won at Goodison, 1-0, yeah. And then they go to Arsenal, and we all seen what happened with that game. Arsenal 2-0 up, and then they fight back to get a 2-2, luckily for us, and it's a draw. They go to the Champions League, Monaco versus Villa, they lose 1-0. Villa v West Ham, I think that was a Premier League game again, 1-1 draw. So not a great result for them, actually. Villa v Celtic, 1-1 draw in the Champions League. Wolves, yeah, they played Wolves, and they lost 2-0. It was away, but still, they played that side. We've just played yesterday, and they lost. So that's a good omen for us. Villa v Spurs, anyone can beat them. It is what it is. 2-1 win. I said that before, and that was in the FA Cup. And then, very, very, very interesting fixture. Villa v Ipswich, 1-1 draw, and that's where they're at home, exactly where we're going. So that gives us a little bit of hope going into the fixture, just knowing that they're not really on sparkling form at all. They're not. 5 draws, 2 losses, and 3 wins in your last 10 games is not great. We look at Liverpool's in the comparison. So our last 10 games, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. Yeah. Oh, no. I'm missing something, yeah. 7 wins. 7 wins. Yeah. So Brentford, that was the game, really. That was a tough one. We won 2-0 last minute. Fantastic. Liverpool v Lille, 1-2-1 at Anfield. Liverpool v Ipswich, absolutely dominated the game 4-1. PSV, heavy. Lost the last one, didn't we? 3-2, remember that. And then we went to that Bournemouth game, which I talked about yesterday, which was a huge game for us. Huge. And we performed really well. And we got the 2-0 win away after them winning 11 games in a row. We stopped them. And then we had the Carabao Cup where we won 4-0. And then we played bloody Plymouth, which we lost 1-0. And then we played Everton, which also hurt very much. More, actually. Scarred me. And then we played yesterday, which was against Wolves, and it was a win. So our form, again, much better than Aston Villa's going into this game. But we have looked at our performances. You're either watching Liverpool, it's not all about results, right? It is for the table, but not when you're watching us with the eye test. We haven't been great in our last 3-4 games, to be quite honest with you. We haven't. We needed to pick up the performances. But next stat that I'm going to go to now is the Liverpool v Villa game. So in our last 6 games against them, we've won 4 of them. And we've drew 2, and we haven't lost a single one. So that gives us massive confidence going to this fixture. We seem to be a bogey team for them. They can't beat us. They haven't won in the last 6 games attempts against us. And that includes their home ground. So we won 2-1 at their ground. We won 3-1 at their ground a few years ago. Then Liverpool draw at Anfield, which is a shame. Then we went to Anfield again, 3-0. 3-3 draw at their ground. And then Liverpool went to Anfield, 2-0 to us. And that was the last one. I think Nunes scored the winner in the end, or I think he did anyway. And that was the last game that we played against them. And it was a pretty easy game, to be quite honest with you. It didn't look too difficult. We got away with it. Sound. But a win against this Villa team will take us 10 points clear. 10 points clear of Arsenal. Now think about what that means. They've just caught up to us for 4 points, right? So they win Leicester. They're putting pressure back on us to win this Wolves game. It's 4 points now, and then we've just picked it back up to 7. And then we win against Villa, it goes to 10, which means that we've just gained 6 points in about 4 days, which is going to be massive for the morale of the team. It really is. It's going to give us that buffer going into some really difficult games. And then as we're going into the international break, I really want to walk away with at least the 7 points gap that we still have. I really do. If we can't pick up on any more, Still want that 7 points. We need it. We need that buffer with the way we're playing at the moment. But that's a massive, massive blow for Arsenal as well. With their morale, they're going to look at that, and honestly, that's a mountain. It's a mountain to climb. 10 points is huge, and I know they'll have a game in hand on us, but they'll have to win it. And we all see with our game in hand, there's no guarantee that you're going to win a football game, even though you've got that extra game. And Everton took us and we didn't get it. So there's no guarantee. It puts the pressure back onto them. It builds the momentum back with us and starts to give us a bit of confidence. But I do think it's imperative that we beat Villa this week. Even if we don't beat City and we get a draw, it's imperative that we beat Villa just to keep that momentum going. The City game's going to be hard enough as it is, but we're going to have to do it. It's as simple as that. We've got to look out for players now. So we're playing against the Villa side who are struggling for form, but they're still a decent side with fantastic football players, right? So if you're looking at the likes of Ollie Watkins and Morgan Rogers, who's bloody been a revelation this season, we've all seen him. Ollie Watkins has got, I'm just looking at my little stat now, Ollie Watkins has got 12 goals and 9 assists in all competitions, which is not a bad return, right? That's decent. In the Premier League, he's got 11 goals and 4 assists. So the majority of his stuff's coming in the Premier where he's playing the majority of his games, which you expect. But he's going to be a handful. We've all seen what he's done to Arsenal in the last year or two, yeah? He's a formidable striker, and if we give him an opportunity, he will take it. I think the last game that we played, the 2-0, he missed some big chances and we got very lucky. So we're going to have to hope that he hasn't got his shooting boots on and Virgil van Dijk and all the lads are ready to perform against a really informed top striker at the moment, because he's brilliant and he scored against Ipswich. So he's got a little bit of confidence going back in his boots there. So a little bit worrying, but I do feel like Virgil van Dijk and Kanate, when they're on the day, they're the best. They really are. They can hold anybody down. And then you're looking at players like Morgan Freeman. What? Morgan Rogers. He's just being brilliant, hasn't he? We've seen him running up and down the pitch. We've seen him against City, his old team, skinning players, having shots, creating chances. He's been brilliant. He's actually a player that I wouldn't mind at Liverpool. Like I said about Connor earlier in the Kop topics. Brilliant little player. He's got about 9 goals and 5 assists in all competitions, which again for a midfielder, not bad, right? So what's he got in the Premier League? He's got 6 goals and 4 assists. So there is a little drop off in his GA in the Premier League, but still formidable player. Definitely one that we need to watch out for. And it's not going to be an easy game. We know this. They're 2 lads that can do anything if they want to. And even Emi Martinez, he's not going to score your goals, but he might save them. And we know he's won a World Cup, mate. When he wants to, he can tear it on. He's a horrible player to play against. He's frustrating to play against. So Liverpool have just got to keep it super professional. Having said that, we're getting to the lineup positions now. So, Gakpo, mate, are you going to start? I don't know, right? He took a man an injury, didn't he? And he missed the game yesterday. And Arne Slot said after the game, and he says this for every injury, with the games being 3 days after each other, it's really difficult to say if he's going to be ready immediately after the game that's just been played. So I think he said it was under debate. So we aren't going to know yet if he's going to start. But I think he'll be on the bench. I don't think he'll get a start. I think it'll be a similar team that we started against Wolves that will start against Villa. That's what I think. But I think I'll go with, so, Ali, Robbo, Virgil, Kanate, Trent, Mache, Ryan, Zom, Salah. I want to start Jota, right, because he needs to find some form. But that game against Wolves done me head in. It really did. But Jota, Lucho, because I just feel like if Gakpo's not going to start, Diaz is just going to be there to do it. So that's my strongest team that I can think of. I do think he'll be going with that. Let me know what you think in the comments, what team he should be going for. I do think he'll bring on Endo towards the end of the game if we've got a lead, and rightly so after seeing what he's been doing. I think that's going to be a major, major player for us going forward, and at keeping these leads and crawling through these games and getting through it. He's going to be massive for us. And then last thing now before the finish, score prediction. Honestly, we're going by history, but the stats I've just told you about, Liverpool favourites, right? We're top of the league. We go to this ground and we win all the time. But with the performances that we've been having, it hasn't filled me with confidence. It really hasn't. But I still believe we have the quality there, and we still have Mo Salah, and we still have Virgil van Dijk, and we still have Ali to save us. We have massive quality there of players that have been there and done it. So I'm going to say Liverpool are going to scrape across this game, and they're going to win 2-1, similar to the Wolves game. They'll have their chances. They'll have the moments. It's a Premier League football game. The quality is there for every single team. So, of course, they're going to have moments. But Liverpool need to be resilient and have the grit to crawl across the line again to get them 3 points going into the City game so we feel confident. Let me know what you think the score is going to be, who you think is going to start, and what you think about the game. What's going to happen. I hope that we win. I hope we get the 3 points. We need it because this is on. The title race is still there. We can't wait for Arsenal to drop points. We've got to pick them up ourselves. So, yeah, that's your match preview. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, like and subscribe, please. And thank you for watching, guys.